All right. Well, obviously, extremely disappointed at the way that game turned out at the end. Thought obviously it was a great first half, and credit to Oklahoma. They made the plays in the second half to come back, and at the end of the game, made one more play than we made, and so had every opportunity to win the football game. Just did some things to hurt ourselves. 2 turnovers in the second half, and can't win games like this like that. So. We told our guys, it's going to have to bother us and hurt us, but we'll hopefully come back to this week rejuvenated and learn from it and maybe get a chance to play these guys again sometime down the road.
Matt, offensively, why do you feel like you couldn't get it going in the second?
Well, had a fumble, on a big run, had a drop. Only had 4 plays in the third quarter, so we had I think first play we got, they had a long drive. We had a fumble. They had another long drive, got the ball back, went 3 and out. So I thought that third quarter is what led to the defense sort of falling apart, getting gassed, and then offensively just no rhythm. I thought there at the end we started to get some rhythm back and, just really weren't able to execute. So that last play, we're down there really close to field goal range. And unfortunately, we just snapped the ball early. Charlie wasn't ready, and we'd love to have that play back, but we didn't. Yeah, they went a lot of tempo in the second half. Ran the quarterback. I mean, they were, basically at the end of the day, they were just, I think he was their leading rusher, and quarterback draw, quarterback run, and just kind of kept drives going, and would make a big play when they had to. I think the tail in the second half was third down. We had a hard time getting off the field, and our offense had a hard time staying on the field.
What did you like about what you guys did against Hurts in the first half?
I thought, we got a couple key turnovers. We got to him, we hit him. He's a really, really good player, and I just think at the end of the day we had a couple chances to sack him, to get to him, and just couldn't quite, get him down there at the end. So it was a battle. I mean, he's a great player, and at the end of the day, he just made one more play.
I'm sure it's hard to reflect on this after a loss, but when you think about where this team was a couple years ago, even last year, finishing 6-6 to being undefeated coming in, and huge implications against a team like Oklahoma, what is it to say about what you guys have been able to do?
I'm obviously disappointed at the result, but I'm certainly proud of everything that this meant. That we had this national stage, that we performed well at times on it. That our goal was to hold them under 30, and we were right there at it. So as I said to our guys, I mean, we're going to look back. A lot of credit to them, but we're going to look back and say if we had just done this and this and this, and we'll play them again next year, or we'll play them again in a couple weeks, and hopefully we can learn from that. But like I said, we'll be disappointed, but we certainly won't be anything else other than that.
What did you say at halftime? Just to have that kind of lead, but try to make sure your guys are locked in.
Yeah, I said let's just keep playing. I mean, I said if you want this game to be over, then you're not a competitor. Let's just go keep playing. And I knew who they are. I mean, you don't win that many championships in a row without fighting back. I expected it to be a battle, and I was just hoping that we'd be the better team at the end. I think 2 turnovers. The first half they had 2 turnovers. We went up 31-10. They had 2 turnovers. We went down. So thought that touchdown right before the half for them. I thought, we thought we were off the field. They put the ball back on the field. They scored, but then we went right back down and kicked a field goal. So I thought we had some momentum going into the half. And, when you get in these types of games, you have to kind of learn how to step up and make one more play. And we've done that in all the games up till now. And then tonight we just came up on the short end, unfortunately.
Have you ever been involved with a time of possession 41-11 to 18-49?
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so.
What's that?
Yeah, it's just, collaborating with each other. I mean, you have a long drive, like I said, you turn the ball over, have another long drive, go 3 and out, have another long drive. And, I think we were really good on first down in the first half offensively. In the second half, we weren't. And so it was just a matter of that kind of starting to compound. And just, at the end of the day, there was no big plays. So it wasn't like we were giving up these huge, massive big plays to them like they're used to. It was just them just kind of methodically kind of making plays down the field, and us just really not making a play that, kind of stem the tide.
And when James Lynch got that strip touchback, were you hoping that maybe that would maybe turn the tide a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great stop, and you're hoping you go down there and excuse me, make something happen. When those games happen, I mean, that's who they are. It's what they did against Kansas State. They came roaring back. I mean, they're good at that. And, you don't want to sit there and say, hey, let's try to go get one stop. You just want to go out there and compete and fly around and play and see what happens. So, a lot of our guys started to go down. I thought a lot of our backups stepped up on defense and tried to play. But, I mean, I don't want to take any credit away from them. I thought they stayed at it. And, we just needed to make a play on defense or on offense or on special teams, and just quite never really did that. Didn't block a kick, didn't have a big kickoff return. That last drive, even then we have a chance to go kick a field goal, and like I said, unfortunately, the ball snapped early, and I'll put that on me. I'm not gonna put that on Charlie. He's just trying to get the ball out of his hands because he just wasn't quite ready for it.
What's the message to the team since you guys are still very much in contention for the 12 championship despite this time?
Yeah, I mean, I talk when you go through this, it's supposed to be disappointed, and it's supposed to hurt. You wanted to do those things. My message to them was very simply, like anytime you lose, don't start saying, well, he could have done that, and he should have done that. Just everyone look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm gonna come in tomorrow, and I probably could have done something better, and focus on that, and know that we're gonna be right back in this moment next week. And so, we have to go play Texas next week. They come here. It'll be a big game, and. Probably, I don't know what happened. So they were in a back and forth game. It'll probably be a back and forth game. We'll come right down to the wire, and we're going to have to make one more play. And so just learn from it, grow from it. Let it bother you, but let it fuel you. Don't let it start to let you make excuses or kind of harden yourself.
You mentioned, obviously, that you could see this team again, potentially if things worked out that way. When you play a game like this, and when this team plays a game like this, do you think that it helps instill some belief when you go into a game the next time that, this is a top 10 team that we're playing against, but we are just at their level?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was no doubt in our minds that we are one of the better teams in the country, and obviously we wish we could have the second half back. I bet you if you asked Oklahoma, they wish they could have the first half back, right? So, but I don't think there's a lack of confidence. I just think for us, we got to this moment. We still haven't put a full game together. We kind of played half of a game. We'll go back. We'll say, hey, what do we have to do to put a full game together? It's our first kind of foray into November championship games, right? And we played, we might not want to remember that game. I'm sure they'll remember that game for a long time. And I got a lot of respect for Coach Rhule and them. Like, they were hugging and embracing and celebrating on the sidelines. That was a big win for them. And so that was a big win for them because they played us too. So I don't think we're going to lack any confidence. We're going to learn from it. We're going to come right back and go battle. I mean, this is a top 10 game. We played it to the wire. We feel like we could have made one more play. We didn't. All right. Let it hurt. Come back. We'll go play another game.
Matt, what did you see from that 90-yard drive that the Sooners had? They had that narrative for 24, I think. It was right after Hurts fumbled before they went into the end zone. And you guys couldn't do anything with it, and then they drove it down. What do you think that did as far as just momentum and just the whole game itself for you guys?
That's the story. The whole second half was just that. It was just long drive. They couldn't get off the field, and then not really getting anything going on offense to that last drive. I mean, I think we played 4 plays of offense in the third quarter. That's unheard of, So the fumble and then the 3 and out. So it's just one of those games where, just needed like the offense to maybe get a couple first downs, let the defense catch the breath, or you wanted the defense maybe to, get a sack or something, get off the field on third down. Just didn't happen, and they made really nice plays, and I think our tackling just started to fall apart. They were throwing the ball out there one-on-one, and guys, were kind of beating us in tackling. That's all the things I said this week. I said we're going to take away Jalen Hurts in the run game, and we're going to have to tackle in the perimeter. We did it in the first half. Didn't do it quite as well in the second half, and the offense could have maybe made some plays, and special teams wasn't really a difference maker for us. So, again, we learn from it, and we move on, and we hope we have a chance to play in a game like this again soon.
You talk a lot about processes going through these kinds of locks, because you haven't necessarily put 4 quarters together in every game. So just going through an experience like this where you put together 2 great quarters and 2 not so good quarters, is that part of learning how to be a championship team to you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think not many teams put together 4 great quarters, I mean, there's not many of those out there, right? So, my message to our guys is, a lot of talk, like, hey, they came back, that'll be the talk. You came into November, you played a top 10 team, everyone picked you to lose, or thought, the nation probably thought, hey, they're underdogs. You got up, you battled them, you had a chance to win. Even at the end of the defense, you got to stop, you held them to a field goal. You had a chance to go down there and win. It was a great game. We didn't win. We should be really disappointed, but at the end of the day, I do believe that we had to learn first we had to learn how not to lose. Then, Smoke would always ask me, do you have to learn how to win? Then we had to learn how to win. Then we had to learn how to win consistently. Now you have to learn how to win in November. And we didn't do it this week. We played a heavyweight bout last week, we thought. We won that game. We didn't win this game. Now we have to go play the next one. People all week ask me about starting fast, and I always say, I don't care about starting fast. I want to finish. Heavyweight bouts are not won in the first rounds. They're won at the end of the game. And so we started fast. I'm glad we did, but we didn't finish. And so even as bad as that was at the end there, we still had a chance to win it. And that'll be my message to my guys is you still had the ball with a chance to go win it. And, Denzel catches that ball. He breaks free. Looks like maybe he's going to go run from score. So we'll be back. There's no doubt. And we'll try to learn from this. It'll be a little painstaking. Like, let's learn from, hey, if we do this. It's not going to be about, hey, if you made this play. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about don't sit there and look at the clock and say, let someone do something. Just play the game. And that's how you win to me in these, key down the stretch times.
When you saw if you're able to play Oklahoma again, what would you do differently?
I don't know that. No idea. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just have to watch so much tape and, I'm gonna have to really spend tomorrow like looking at myself and looking at all the things we did. I want all the players and coaches to do that. I think what we did get, what will be really good for us. I'm not saying we'll play them again, but is we get a chance to see like their back to the wall, and Coach Ryan and those guys come out in the second half and what they did. We'll go back and study it and look at ourselves and say, hey, where could we have done something different? I'm really at the end of the day, I'm gonna say everything comes down to blocking tag. We have a third down catch on the sideline. We catch the ball, we're rolling, right? We don't catch it. And I'm not here to put it on that player or that play. My point is, we had every right to be in that game. We had every right to win that game. We just had to go make a couple more plays. And when I say that, I'm talking about coaches, players, everyone. Like we all had to just do a little bit more, and we didn't. I still think it was it was a disappointment, but it's something we'll learn from.
Matt, you can't do hindsight, but was there any thought in taking or declining that penalty?
Yeah, I wish that was a hard one. I'd have to think about that tomorrow and see if I really should have. At the end, after I did that, I said, boy, because the next play they hit us on the shallow cross and scored. I said, boy, I wish I would have maybe made them kick it. So I can't say. I was kind of there's like an analytics thing, but if I probably was sitting here right now, most coaches don't like saying things like this, but it didn't work. So I probably wish I could kick that back. To be quite honest.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Did you have anything for me, Smoke? I usually do.
You've been on the edge so long. What's more difficult to clear, a gut-wrenching loss like this or exhilarating wins where everybody talks about it?
We'll find out, but I'll say this. I thought we played better today than we have the last, than we have. I thought our guys were ready to go, and I thought they competed. And so I think, Texas coming to town next week, we have 2 games left. I'll tell our guys tomorrow, we have 13 days together. Like, let's go battle and see if we can get another game. So I would expect our guys to come back ready to go. And, for long parts of that game, it was fun. If you're a competitor, I didn't like them coming back and winning, but it was a fun, competitive game. And it's a lot better than, what it has been over the past couple of years. So I'm sure we'll battle back. There's always things when you lose, things happen, right? Just a lot of other teams got to figure out how to learn to lose early in the year. We were tough enough to get to this point to do it. So I don't want them to forget that. I want them to, be proud of that. But at the same time, they've got to go do it and, fight, scratch, and claw to get a win next week. Thank you guys very much.